Fierce clashes, the Roman-Germanic Wars. The Roman-Germanic Wars were a series of intense and often brutal conflicts between the mighty Roman Empire and the fiercely independent Germanic tribes. Spanning centuries, these clashes shaped the boundaries of Europe, tested the limits of Roman expansion, and cemented the Germanic tribes' reputation as formidable warriors. The wars featured legendary battles, strategic brilliance, and a collision of two vastly different ways of life. 1. The first encounters. A Caesar and the Suebi. The Roman-Germanic conflict began during Julius Caesar's Gallic campaigns, 58 to 50 BCE. Caesar's victories over the Gauls brought him face-to-face with the Germanic tribes across the Rhine, particularly the Suebi led by Ariovistus. The Battle of Vosges, 58 BC, Caesar defeated Ariovistus in a decisive battle, pushing the Suebi back into Germania. This victory showcased Rome's military discipline but also revealed the ferocity of the Germanic tribes, whose guerrilla tactics and mobility challenged Roman methods. Crossing the Rhine. In a bold display of Roman engineering and military prowess, Caesar built a bridge across the Rhine in 55 BCE, demonstrating that no natural barrier could stop the legions. However, he withdrew after a brief incursion, recognizing the logistical challenges of campaigning deep into Germania. 2. The Augustan campaigns, 12 BCE 9 CE. After Caesar's initial forays, Augustus sought to solidify Roman control over Germania. His generals, Drusus and Tiberius, led campaigns to extend Roman influence beyond the Rhine. 8 Drusus expeditions, 12 to 9 BCE. Drusus, the younger brother of Tiberius, led the first large-scale Roman expeditions into Germania. His legions pushed deep into enemy territory, reaching the Elbe River. Fortifications and roads. Drusus' campaigns were marked by the construction of forts and roads, laying the groundwork for sustained Roman presence. Soldiers built outposts to secure supply lines and facilitate further incursions. Challenges. Despite tactical victories, the dense forests and fierce resistance from tribes like the Chatti and Cherusei made progress slow. Drusus' untimely death in 9 BCE halted Rome's advance. B. Tiberius and the pacification of Germania. Tiberius succeeded Drusus and employed a mix of military campaigns and diplomacy to subdue the tribes. By 7 CE, much of Germania seemed under Roman control, and the empire believed the region was on the verge of becoming a Roman province. 3. The Teutoburg forest disaster 9 CE. The illusion of Roman dominance shattered in 9 CE with the catastrophic defeat at the Teutoburg forest. This battle remains one of the most significant clashes in Roman history. A. The betrayal by Arminius. Arminius, a Cherusei chieftain and former Roman ally, turned against Rome and united several Germanic tribes. Using his knowledge of Roman tactics, he lured Governor Publius Quinctilius Varus and 3 legions into the dense forests. The ambush. Over 3 days, Germanic warriors attacked the Roman columns in narrow forest paths, where the legions' formations broke down. The Romans, encumbered by heavy armor and supply wagons, were overwhelmed. Aftermath. The annihilation of over 20,000 soldiers and the loss of 3 eagle standards marked a turning point. Emperor Augustus abandoned plans to annex Germania and focused on fortifying the Rhine. 4. Retaliation. Germanicus campaigns, 15 to 16 CE. Rome's response to the Teutoburg disaster came under Germanicus, a talented general determined to restore Roman honor. 8. Crossing the Rhine. Germanicus launched a series of punitive campaigns into Germania, targeting tribes that had participated in the ambush. Battle of the Weser River, 16 C. Germanicus confronted Arminius near the Weser River in a large-scale battle. While the Romans claimed a tactical victory, they failed to decisively crush the Germanic coalition. Recovery of the eagles. Germanicus forces retrieved 2 of the lost eagle standards, symbolic of Roman resilience and determination. B. Withdrawal. Despite his successes, Germanicus was recalled to Rome, and the empire shifted its focus to consolidating the Rhine frontier rather than pursuing further conquests in Germania. 5. The Long War, frontier skirmishes, and the Marcomannic Wars. For centuries after Teutoburg, the Roman-Germanic frontier remained a hotbed of conflict. While large-scale invasions were rare, skirmishes and defensive wars defined this period. The Limes Germanicus. Rome constructed an extensive defensive system along the Rhine and Danube, known as the Limes Germanicus. These fortifications, patrolled by Roman legions, acted as a buffer against Germanic incursions. The Marcomannic Wars, 166 to 180 CE. In the late 2nd century CE, the Marcomanni and allied tribes launched a series of invasions into Roman territory, even threatening northern Italy. Marcus Aurelius' response. The philosopher-emperor personally led the defense, showcasing Roman resilience. The wars were grueling, involving battles in harsh winter conditions and prolonged sieges. Outcome: while Rome repelled the invasions, the wars exposed the fragility of the empire's northern frontier and drained resources. 6. The decline of Roman authority. By the 3rd and 4th centuries CE, the balance of power along the frontier began to shift. The Germanic tribes grew bolder as Rome's internal crises weakened its ability to maintain control. The migration period. The 4th and 5th centuries CE saw large-scale movements of Germanic tribes into Roman territory, driven by pressure from the Huns and other nomadic groups. Key events. The Visigoths sacked Rome in 410 CE under Alaric I. The Vandals, Ostrogoths, and Franks carved out kingdoms in former Roman provinces. The fall of the Western Roman Empire, 476 CE. The deposition of the last Roman emperor, Romulus Augustulus, by the Germanic chieftain Odoacer marked the end of the Western Roman Empire. 7. The legacy of the Roman-Germanic Wars. The fierce clashes between Rome and the Germanic tribes left a profound impact on the history of Europe. Defining Europe's boundaries. The Rhine and Danube rivers became symbolic boundaries between Roman and Germanic worlds, shaping the cultural and political map of Europe. The rise of Germanic kingdoms. While the Roman Empire fell, its legacy persisted through the Germanic kingdoms that emerged. These kingdoms blended Roman administrative practices with Germanic traditions, laying the foundation for medieval Europe. See Lessons in Resistance. The Germanic tribes' success in resisting Roman conquest became a symbol of the power of decentralized, guerrilla-style warfare against a superior organized force. Conclusion. The Roman-Germanic Wars were more than a series of battles. They were a clash of ideologies, cultures, and ambitions. For Rome, the wars tested the limits of its military and imperial reach. For the Germanic tribes, they were a fight for survival and independence. The fierce clashes shaped the course of history, leaving a legacy of both conflict and cultural transformation that echoes through the centuries. 8. Key battles and turning points. The Roman-Germanic Wars were defined by pivotal battles and critical moments that encapsulated the fierce resistance of the Germanic tribes and the indomitable resolve of the Roman legions. Each engagement revealed the strengths and weaknesses of both sides, shaping the broader narrative of this protracted conflict. The Battle of Vosges, 58 BCE. Background: Julius Caesar's campaign against the Gallic tribes brought him into conflict with Ariovistus, leader of the Suebi. Ariovistus had crossed into Gaul and posed a significant threat to Roman interests. Key events: Caesar's legions confronted the Suebi in a pitched battle near the Vosges Mountains. Roman discipline and superior tactics overwhelmed the Germanic warriors, forcing Ariovistus to retreat across the Rhine. Significance: this battle marked Rome's first major victory over a Germanic tribe and demonstrated the effectiveness of the legions against larger, less organized forces. The ambush at Teutoburg Forest, 9 CE. Background: Roman governor Varus led 3 legions into Germania, unaware of the brewing rebellion led by Arminius, a Cherusci chieftain. Arminius exploited Varus' trust to orchestrate an ambush. Key events: in the dense and treacherous terrain of the Teutoburg Forest, the Germanic tribes attacked the Roman columns. Over several days, the legions were annihilated as their formations collapsed in the narrow paths. Significance: the defeat at Teutoburg Forest was a turning point, halting Roman expansion into Germania and highlighting the tactical genius of Arminius. The psychological impact on Rome was immense, prompting a shift from conquest to defense along the Rhine. See the Battle of Itastavizo, 16 CE. Background: in the aftermath of Teutoburg, Germanicus launched a series of retaliatory campaigns to restore Roman honor and weaken the Germanic tribes. Key events: Germanicus engaged Arminius forces near the Weser River. The Romans, using disciplined formations and coordinated cavalry charges, secured a tactical victory, forcing the Germanic forces to retreat. Significance: while the battle showcased Roman military strength, it also underscored the resilience of the Germanic tribes. Arminius remained a thorn in Rome's side, and Germania was never fully pacified. The Marcomannic Wars, 166 to 180 CE. Background: as the Roman Empire faced internal pressures and external threats, the Marcomanni and allied tribes launched incursions across the Danube, threatening key Roman territories. Key events: under Emperor Marcus Aurelius, Roman legions fought a series of grueling battles to repel the invaders. The wars were marked by harsh winter campaigns, sieges, and significant Roman casualties. Significance: